Philadelphia is mourning one of its most iconic voices, Pierre Robert, the legendary WMMR radio DJ who became synonymous with rock music and kindness. Known for his signature greeting, "Greetings, citizens," Robert was more than just a radio host. He was a friend to millions of listeners who tuned in daily for his unique warmth, humor, and undeniable passion for music. He passed away at the age of 70, leaving behind a legacy that defined Philadelphia's rock culture for over 4 decades. According to Beasley Media Group, the parent company of 93.3 WMMR, Pierre was found dead in his home on Wednesday. While the exact cause of death remains unknown, police confirmed that no foul play is suspected. The news has sent shockwaves across Philadelphia's radio community, with fans, colleagues, and fellow musicians expressing heartbreak and gratitude for the man who helped shape the city's sound. Pierre Robert began his journey at WMMR in 1981 after a brief time working in San Francisco. From the moment he joined the station, his authenticity and love for rock music stood out. Listeners instantly connected with his soulful voice and down-to-earth personality. He wasn't just a DJ, he was a storyteller, a historian of rock and roll, and a bridge between artists and audiences. Longtime WMMR hosts Preston Elliott and Steve Morrison remembered him as an icon who truly loved people and music. Preston said, "Pierre's impact is immeasurable. I've never met a bigger music fan. He had a profound love for rock and roll and for sharing that passion with others. It was all in his heart." Steve added, "He was one of the true legendary rock DJs in the country. Pierre cared about everyone. He was the real deal." Pierre's voice wasn't just heard, it was felt. His programs, such as Noontime Workforce Blocks, Pierre's Vinyl Cut, and On This Day in Music History, became a daily ritual for countless fans. For many Philadelphians, lunchtime wasn't complete without hearing his cheerful tone and insightful commentary on the music that defined generations. Pierre Robert's journey to becoming one of America's most beloved radio personalities didn't happen overnight. Born with an adventurous spirit and a deep curiosity for music, he began his career in San Francisco, experimenting with broadcasting and immersing himself in the counterculture sound of the 1970s. That foundation shaped his appreciation for rock's power to unite people, something that became his life's mission when he moved to Philadelphia in 1981 and joined 93.3 WMMR. From his very first show, his energy was electric. He brought a style of broadcasting that felt personal and unfiltered, as if he were speaking directly to each listener. His famous "Greetings, citizens" became an instant trademark, a friendly reminder that everyone tuning in was part of his extended family. He believed radio wasn't about distance, it was about connection. For over 4 decades, he built that connection every single day. His shows were filled with laughter, storytelling, and deep dives into the music that defined rock culture. Pierre loved introducing fans to both classic legends and emerging artists. Whether it was Bruce Springsteen, Pearl Jam, or a new underground band, he treated every musician with equal respect and excitement. But what made Pierre stand out wasn't just his encyclopedic knowledge of rock, it was his humanity. He cared deeply for people. He attended countless charity events, helped raise funds for important causes, and used his platform to promote kindness and compassion. From hosting the AIDS Walk to supporting Mana's Pie in the Sky fundraiser, Pierre turned his fame into a force for good. Beasley Media Group CEO Carolyn Beasley described him perfectly. Pierre's unwavering love for music and his deep connection with listeners made him one of radio's most enduring and beloved voices. He will be greatly missed. His generosity and dedication to the city earned him a permanent place in Philadelphia's cultural history. Pierre Robert wasn't just a DJ, he was the heartbeat of Philly's rock community. Fans could spot him at concerts, festivals, and neighborhood bars, always smiling, always approachable, greeting everyone as if they were old friends. Pierre Robert's career was full of unforgettable moments that cemented his status as a true rock legend. His on-air personality was a mix of warmth, humor, and genuine passion, and that authenticity resonated with listeners in ways few broadcasters ever achieve. Every broadcast felt like an experience, a shared journey through the soundtrack of life. Fans remember his noontime workforce blocks, a beloved WMMR tradition where he played back-to-back rock anthems to power people through their workday. His vinyl cut segment brought back the nostalgia of spinning records live on air, while his On This Day in Music History segment taught generations of listeners about the artists who shaped the genre. Pierre treated these segments like sacred rituals, reminding fans that music was more than sound. It was memory, emotion, and identity. But perhaps Pierre's most remarkable gift was his connection to artists. Over his 40-year career, he interviewed some of the biggest names in rock, from U2 to Foo Fighters, the Rolling Stones, Metallica, and Bruce Springsteen. Yet, no matter how famous the guest, Pierre's humility always shone through. He didn't just ask questions, he listened. Musicians loved him because he wasn't there for gossip or hype, he was there for the music. Tributes have been pouring in since his passing, flooding social media with heartfelt messages. Rock legend Billy Joel described Pierre as a genuine soul who understood the heartbeat of rock and roll. Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam called him a brother in sound, while Bon Jovi said Pierre wasn't just a DJ, he was one of us, a fan who never stopped believing in the power of a great song. Listeners also shared emotional memories of meeting Pierre at concerts, music festivals, and community events. He was famous for staying long after shows to greet fans, sign autographs, and share stories. One fan recalled, he treated everyone like family. You could be a stranger, and he'd still make you feel like you mattered. Pierre's presence extended beyond the studio. He was often seen riding his motorcycle through Philadelphia, long hair blowing in the wind, embodying the free spirit of rock music itself. To many, he represented a generation, the last of the true rock radio icons who lived and breathed the art form they celebrated. Pierre Robert's passing leaves a void in Philadelphia that words can barely fill. For more than 40 years, he wasn't just a voice on the radio. He was a friend, a teacher, and a living symbol of what it meant to love music with your entire heart. His influence stretched far beyond the walls of 93.3 WMMR. He was part of the city's soul. In the days following his death, thousands of fans gathered outside the WMMR studio, leaving flowers, vinyl records, and handwritten notes. Messages like, "Thank you, Pierre," and "You made our days brighter," covered the station's front doors. City officials, artists, and everyday citizens paid their respects, recognizing that Philadelphia had lost not only a broadcaster, but a cultural icon. To honor him, plans are underway for a citywide tribute concert, with local and national rock bands expected to perform in his memory. The Philadelphia Music Alliance, where Pierre already has a star on the Walk of Fame, is preparing a candlelight vigil to celebrate his life and contributions. Several fans have also started online petitions to rename part of the WMMR studio in his honor, a fitting tribute to the man who helped shape the station's identity. Pierre's impact on radio is timeless. In an age of streaming and algorithms, he reminded people that radio still had heart. He believed music was personal, that every song carried a story, and every listener mattered. That belief made him different. It made him legendary. His colleagues at WMMR summed it up best. Pierre wasn't just part of the music, he was part of the melody. They described how he would often say, "As long as there's rock and roll, there's hope." Those words now echo as a final message to the city he loved. Pierre Robert's legacy will live on through every chord, every lyric, and every listener who ever tuned in to hear his voice. For generations of Philadelphians, lunchtime will never sound the same again. His microphone may have gone silent, but the music and the love he shared will play on forever. Rest in peace, Pierre Robert, the voice of Philadelphia, the heart of rock, and the friend who never said goodbye.